Welcome to Local Point, your life, your stories, with your host, David Gale.
Hello everyone and welcome to Local Point. I'm your host David Gale, and joining me today in the VTV6 studio is Debbie Spafford and Brad Vanfleet from UBOC, better known as the Uintah Basin Orchestra and Chorus. Or is it Orchestra and Choir?
Orchestra and Chorus.
Orchestra and Chorus. Welcome. It's always fun when you guys show up because it means that we've got a show coming up here pretty soon, which is what we're here to talk about, right?
That is correct.
Right. What's happening?
So April 8th is our concert date. We have two shows that day at 2 o'clock and 7:30.
Okay.
The title is Classics of the Silver Screen.
Oh, wow.
So we are taking some great classical music pieces,
Okay.
old classical and new classical, and we're going to have two huge screens set up on each side of the stage, and as we sing and play those pieces, we'll show you some little clips from the movies, and you'll say, oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh man, that'll be so much fun. So, musical scores from movies I think people often don't realize how well they know them. Will every piece have both the orchestra and the chorus, or will there be some that's just the orchestra?
It'll be half and half.
Okay.
The program will start with the orchestra, and then the choir will come in later. Very familiar pieces, though. The William Tell Overture, who hasn't heard that, and the westerns and car commercials.
Yeah.
Hungarian Rhapsody will be a really popular piece. It's been in over 30 movies. Pirates of the Caribbean is one piece. We're doing the theme.
Oh, really?
Yep. And that'll be the piece that the youth orchestra, the Uintah Basin Youth Chamber Orchestra, has been invited. It's the first time that any ensemble has been invited to play with the Uintah Basin Orchestra and Chorus, and they'll do one piece to feature their amazing talent.
And will it be part of that Pirates, or will it be the Pirates number all on its own?
They'll play it's basically all the familiar melodies from the movie.
Okay.
Arranged by Ted Ricketts, and they will play the whole piece with them. They'll come on and sit side by side. Each stand will have a UBOC player and a youth orchestra player.
Oh, that's fun.
And do the whole thing.
So maybe for those who haven't seen a previous Local Point where we talked about this youth orchestra, maybe tell me a little bit about these kids, where they come from. How was this organization formed?
So they're all local players, ages 10 to 17, about that age, mostly teenagers. They're a lot of fun, a lot of talent, a lot of energy. Very talented. They're all auditioned in, so they got to be at a certain level to be able to play with the orchestra. We've had two concerts. We just had one last Saturday, the 18th. Very successful. Yeah.
Two concerts. How long has this group been together now?
This is our first year.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a concert last November, and then this last one on the 18th.
How often do these kids rehearse?
Every week. Every Thursday, 5 to 7 at the city building.
Okay. How many kids are there?
25.
25 kids.
Yep.
You got a full orchestra there.
Full chamber orchestra. We did bring in some wood players, woodwinds and brass players to play side by side with UBOC for this performance of the Pirates.
That's fun. So they'll all come in for that particular number. They'll stand by a member of the actual UBOC orchestra, play through those numbers, get a big standing ovation, I'm sure, because they'll be amazing.
It is amazing.
That's going to be so much fun.
It is.
What other kind of numbers we got going
on? We've got Hungarian Dance, also Sprock. That's if you've ever seen the 2001 Space Odyssey,
Yes.
That's the one with the cavemen realizing the bone, the first tool.
Okay.
Yeah, that was an old movie. Blue Danube was also played heavily in the 2001 Space Odyssey, but really intense, fun, entertaining, enjoyable, recognizable music.
Yeah.
We're doing Something Wicked That This Way Comes from Harry Potter.
And the choir singing? Oh, that'll be amazing.
And we're doing Hymn to the Fallen. Have you ever seen Saving Private Ryan?
You know, I haven't.
I haven't seen it either.
Shame on me, but
I know, I haven't seen it either, but there's this amazing piece of music that runs at the end, the credits.
Okay.
And it's called Hymn to the Fallen. It's the choir and the orchestra, and during the time that particular song is being sung, we'll be showing pictures of all of the graveyards from World War II.
Oh, the actual.
With the number of people that were buried in those particular graveyards.
Oh, wow.
And at our Saturday night concert, we will be honoring, hopefully 4, but definitely 3 World War II veterans.
Really?
From this area who are still living. One of them's 97 and one's 95.
There's so few of them left,
yeah,
too.
And so we'll be honoring them at the end of that particular piece.
That is going to be moving. There's no way that you're not going to be able to go there and just
weep.
Yeah, I don't. As a member of the chorus or the orchestra, I imagine it's going to be difficult to get through. The audience as well too.
Well, we'll be thinking about the music. It's a challenging piece.
Yeah.
It's a very
it
challenging
is a hard
piece,
but so pretty.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful piece of music.
Okay. We got to jump to a break really quick. We got a lot more to talk about. Stay with us. When we come back, we're going to talk more about the Uintah Basin Orchestra and Chorus, what you can expect to see on April 8th. Amazing show. Don't miss it. We'll be right back.
The Vernal Area Chamber wants to add your business in our network. Create change with various committees. Participate in community events and have a strong business resource behind your company's goals. Learn more at vernalchamber.org.
Welcome back to Local Point. Before the break, we were discussing with Debbie Spafford and Brad Vanfleet the upcoming Uintah Basin Orchestra and Chorus concert on April 8th. And specifically a number, the ending credit music from Saving Private Ryan, and you told me something that you did. Is that Hush Hush or?
Yeah, that's a Hush Hush.
Okay. So there's a little surprise at the end of that number. You're gonna want to go because it's gonna be moving. And Debbie, you were talking about that. That's one of the purposes that you're doing this kind of music is to let people get into the feeling of the music. What did you mean by that?
Well, for me, I can hear certain pieces of music and instant memories come to my mind about a place or a thing or persons because you associate it with music. And so I think music is a huge part, should be a huge part of everybody's life. Sure. And we want people who aren't always exposed to good classical types of music to learn to love and appreciate them the same way we do as musicians and singers.
Yeah.
Isn't that how you feel about it?
Yeah, absolutely. Even playing the music, you just think about it, the times you saw Mickey Mouse or Bugs Bunny doing the piano solos to the Hungarian Rhapsody, or Finlandia, another really beautiful piece we're playing. Popular hymn in many religions, but if you haven't heard the real thing, it's incredibly intense. It's got the pretty part, but just a like you said, a moving piece.
Yeah. So how has this rehearsal process been in learning this music and preparing for this concert compared to the past UBOC performances?
It's been hard. This is hard music. Requires a lot of effort. We're doing a piece called On Earth as It Is in Heaven. It's from an old 1980s movie called The Mission. And it's all in Portuguese, or a weird Portuguese type language, and so we've had to memorize that. And then we're doing O Fortuna, which is all in Latin.
Yes.
So, learning how to speak those pieces. I don't know how it is for the orchestra.
Yeah, even as a musician, I play the viola in the Uintah Basin Orchestra and Chorus, and it seems like Dr. Bankhead wants to challenge us each concert. That's a little more challenging. But we have a great conductor.
Yes.
He comes and just brings it together in a genius way. He worked he was the commander and conductor for the United States Air Force Band in Washington, D.C. But even just the community here, it is a miracle. They call it the miracle in the Uintah Basin because every musician is a local musician, and they're all good enough to step up to the challenge and put on a program that's entertaining.
Right. Would you have guessed when you did the very first concert that here, I mean, this is the
Fourth year.
fourth year, that back then, in the very first performance, that you would be able to do what you're doing now?
No, in fact, Boyd and I have often, who helped get it started,
Yep.
we have often talked about the fact that when we were having the first tryouts in November of 2013, we were both saying to ourselves, this is a joke. We're never going to get an orchestra out of this. I mean, we knew we could do a choir, but we just, and Dr. Bankhead was the one who was really pushing for the orchestra. He said, yeah, you can do it, you can do it. We were completely flabbergasted by the talent that came out of the woodworks. People who had moved here and were just in mourning because they couldn't play their instrument anymore.
Right.
And jumping for joy because they had this opportunity
Now
again.
here's this opportunity, not just an opportunity, but an incredible one.
Yeah, and they've stepped up to the challenge. They really have. It's attracted really, really famous guest conductors. Tony Maiello, who conducted our Christmas concert, Dr. Michael Huff. We've had Mac Wilberg and Craig Jessup come out and conduct us, and it's attracted them.
Yeah.
Because we're good.
Because you're good. They wouldn't come out just to play for nobody.
No.
Yep.
That's incredible. Okay, so we want to give the details again, of course. This is April 8th. How can we get tickets? How much does it cost? That kind of thing.
So you can go on uboc.org.
Okay.
There's a link for tickets. It's really easy to use. Or, you can get tickets at the door. I don't know what will be left by the time you get to the door.
They are known for selling out.
Yeah. So, go on and get your tickets early.
Doing two performances?
At 2 o'clock and at 7:30.
Okay. We're not jumping back and forth between cities this time. We're just doing it.
No, we're doing it all right here in Vernal.
Okay.
So, and if you want to see the World War II vets, you need to come to the 7:30 concert.
Okay. The vets will be there at 7:30. So looking forward to that. Hey, anything else you want people to know about?
Brad?
I think I've got it. It's gonna be a good concert. Like we said, people will recognize the music. It'll inspire people. It'll be one of those things that brings out memories of their childhood from any age. Some of the stuff was made famous in the early 1900s,
Right.
The 80s, the 90s. The 2001 Space Odyssey piece, the Also Sprach. I mean, who doesn't love that piece? It's so intense with the timpani and
It's going to be
brass.
fantastic. And having those screens up, both the visual and audio. So
it's going to be real.
And thank you for your efforts and your rehearsal and everything else it's taken to do this. And of course, thank you all for watching Local Point. Make sure, go see April 8th. That's all we have for this show this week. Stay tuned now for this week's community calendar.
The Vernal Area Chamber wants to add your business in our network. Create change with various committees. Participate in community events and have a strong business resource behind your company's goals. Learn more at vernalchamber.org.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to this week's community calendar brought to you by the Vernal Area Chamber of Commerce. We love them. They're building commerce one member at a time. Hey, this week we're going to do a couple new things. We're going to start by going back and covering some of the newsworthy things that happened in the basin this past week. Sort of a week in review, right? So let's start on Monday, March 20th. Dwayne Shepard was sworn in as the new Uintah County Commissioner. He fills the vacancy once held by Mike McKee, and Shepard will serve out the remainder of McKee's current term. Aaron Waite, the president of UBATC, received the Patriot Award from the Employer Support of the Guard and the Reserve, which is a Department of Defense program. The Patriot Award is given to supervisors of employees serving in the National Guard, and typically it's done in recognition of that supervisor's willingness to support the difficult schedules of a National Guard or Reserve member. Now, lastly, for our week in review, students from Uintah Middle School held a talent show at the end. Here they are. Performed a number from the movie Napoleon Dynamite, a lot of them doing the one move that Napoleon was doing. They're sending a copy of this performance to Jimmy Fallon in hopes of getting a little recognition on the Today Show. So here's good luck to you guys. They're doing a really good job, though. I mean, that guy's spot on, man. Anyway, let's go on to our community calendar now. I think. Is that what we're doing? This is the first time we've done this. On to the community calendar graphic. Here we go. On March 24th, that's Friday, the Uintah Arts Council presents the Repertory Dance Theater. This is kind of a modern dance troupe coming into town. Really cool. I mean, we get some high caliber shows coming in through the Uintah Arts Council. This is going to be happening at the Vernal Middle School Auditorium at 7:30 p.m. and you can get tickets right at the door. Also on Friday, the Home and Garden Show. I told you about this last week. I went to the gun show. I got to say, I was pleasantly surprised. It was actually better than I was anticipating. I'm not sure what I was anticipating, so I'm hoping this will be the same way. It's happening on both Friday and Saturday at Vernal's Western Park, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. For more information, you can contact avfarmersmarket@gmail.com. It's not up there, but I said it. Good enough, right? On Saturday, March 25th, we got the Vernal Chamber's second annual Education Summit. You may have seen this on Local Point. We had a couple superintendents here talking about it. Held at the Uintah Conference Center. If you are a teacher, this is a way to get some of those yearly, continuing education credits you got to get. Anyway, runs from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. You can reserve your seat at summit.vernalchamber.org. Also not up there. Guys, we got to start putting that up there. We'll do it next time. Also on Saturday, Corey's Health and Wellness Seminar. Apparently this is a seminar talking about getting physically and mentally motivated to be healthier. So if you're just dragging and you're like, I need a reason to be healthy other than it's good for me, you can go to this event. It's free. It's held Anytime Fitness from 10 a.m. to noon. Looking into next week now, March 27th through April 2nd. Thursday, March 30th is the first time we have something on here. I'm sure stuff is going on the 27th, 28th, and 29th. I got to go to work. I mean, there's that. But on the 30th, we got VTV6 presenting the Sports Spin with Mark Mason and John Nurden, reviewing and analyzing all your Basin sports. Speaking of Basin sports, on Friday, March 31st, we have high school soccer, Grantsville versus Union. VTV6 is providing live coverage at 4 p.m. You can watch it on Cable Channel 6 or catch it live stream at vtvchannel6.com, no matter where you are in the world. I don't know if they get it in space. Also on Friday, a teen lockout event. This is apparently really popular because they keep having them. I've never been to one because they won't let me in, and because I've never actually tried. This event is, the theme of this one is called Super Mixer Comic Con Activity. I'm assuming that they're going to say you can get dressed up and do some cosplay in your favorite character, superhero or whatever, but you better get a hold of the Uintah County Library if you're actually going to go and get dressed up, because I don't know. You can get a hold of them for more details, which isn't up here. Look online. Let's get into our weekend weather. We're looking at lows in the 30s, ranging from 37 to 33 degrees. Our highs are staying pretty consistent right now because we've got a lot of cloud cover that's coming in. We've got this low front that's moved in and has brought in some clouds and some rainfall that you may have experienced this past week. That's going to continue on to next week. But for the weekend, you're looking anywhere from sunny to totally cloudy, just on and off. It's springtime. You know, you're going to be used to this. Clouds are going to come in, they're going to go away. Anyway, next week, looking at this here, you can see that rainfall that we had earlier in the week is going to continue on to next week. Your highs are going to, again, stay right in that high 50s, low 60s area. Scattered showers are going to come. Also, probably a little bit of wind as well. You can see on Tuesday that rain slanted. That's what that means. So I suggest that you always have a little something that you might be able to put on or put up in case you're going to be, you know, outside walking around. Okay, here's the second new thing for you on Community Calendar. The first new thing was a week in review. The second new thing is we're going to give you a quick look at things beyond this next week, right? We're going to call it, what are we calling it? Things to look forward to. My birthday, Christmas. Not that far in advance. Coming up on April 4th, we have the 19th Annual USU Business Conference. On April 8th, we have the Uintah Basin Orchestra and Chorus Spring Concert. That's UBOC. So excited for that. Then it's spring break time. Duchesne County's break runs from the 10th to the 14th. Uintah County's runs from the 17th to the 21st. I think they do that on purpose so that Duchesne and Uintah can't get together and have one big party. They're like, no, calm down. First Duchesne, then Uintah. Those are the events we have for this week's community calendar. If you've got an event coming up, let us know. You can call 435-781-1902 or leave a little comment right below. Thanks for watching VTV6. Like us on Facebook. Make us feel good. We'll see you here next time.